All right, I think I'm live. I'm not 100% sure. But if I am, what up, guys? It's been a while. Chase all over here. And whoa, I just put my hand in the camera. I am not using my computer. The reason why I'm not using my computer is because my laptop, first off, the webcam went to shit. So I don't have a good webcam. And this is just looking terrible. Let me fix this up. I don't even know if I can clean this up real quick. But yeah, this is looking just terrible right now. But yeah, the webcam on my laptop went to shit, and so I don't have no damn webcam to use right now. And then the microphone, it needs to update. Pretty much my laptop needs to do a bunch of updates. So I'm just using my phone to talk about the biggest fight in UFC history and stuff like that. Now I can't even tell if there's comments or anything like that. So I do apologize if people are what's it called, are commenting. I just can't tell. I've never done YouTube on my phone or anything like that. I've never tried to do YouTube on my phone and everything. But yeah, sorry about no live streams. Y'all know my life is hectic, but that was another reason, was just because of my laptop and everything. But yeah, man, this is going to be a little bit interesting. Never used my phone before. You guys know me. I'm a quality hub. But yeah, what's up, Blue Knight? I'm glad that you are in this chat. But yeah, UFC 229 this Saturday. I'm gonna be giving you guys my predictions. Probably won't be on here very long because I have to hold my phone like this. I don't know how is it coming up on YouTube and stuff. Normally I have YouTube open to kind of check how it's coming along, but I'm doing it via landscape mode, so I'm holding my phone kind of all sideways and shit. But anyways, let's go talk about some UFC 229 real quick. I'm excited about the card, Khabib versus Conor McGregor. It's been the fight that us UFC fans have been kind of waiting for, not just because of like the hype, obviously all the stuff that's happened with this card has made it even bigger and better, with the whole bus incident and the whole Artem Lobov situation. But if you're like an MMA fan, for for a long time, this fight was like one of those fights that you've been waiting for, man. Like Conor and Khabib, that was like one of the fights that you were saying, one guy that Conor McGregor probably wouldn't beat is Khabib Nurmagomedov because of Khabib's wrestling and stuff like that. And a lot of people feel like one guy that can test Khabib the best is a striker like Conor McGregor, man. That's what you look at right there. That's who you see right there. That's what you see, and that's what a lot of people have been saying. So this fight has been having some hype for quite some time. What's up, Dre Santi? Yeah, sorry if my quality's not good. I do apologize. Once I get the webcam fixed and everything like that, I'll be able to start doing shit on my computer. Uh, so I just decided to do it on my phone. I'm just a quality snubs. Like I don't like doing bad quality stuff, man. I'm just always like big on that. I always feel like people want to watch the best of me, not the worst of me. So I do apologize if my microphone is bad. How's my mic sounding? I can't even tell. Like normally I'd be able to tell, but this is just the basic ass Samsung Galaxy S9 microphone. You guys know me. I run Team Samsung. I don't run with that iPhone. But back to Conor and Khabib. This is a fight that us fight fans have been looking forward to for quite some time, man. Not just like if you're, and like casual fans too, man. All right, thanks, Dre Santi, and thanks, I am Venom. Yeah, hopefully it sounds decent enough where you guys can hear what I'm saying and stuff. But the computer stuff, that'll be like, because let me show you guys still. I still got broken chair. My chair is still broken, and this is how light. I could add more light to my room actually. Let's add some light to the room. Like this is a little bit too dark. Like y'all like what the hell? Yeah, look at my broken ass chair, man. Broken chair is still in effect. I still do homework on broken chair and stuff, man. But yeah, the laptop, there's the laptop and everything. The microphone has to be plugged in to download to the laptop, and then the webcam, that's having its own types of issues. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, UFC 229. I'm gonna be predicting the main card. So if there's like a prelim fight you want me to predict, give me the fight because I don't even remember the prelims, dude. I'm gonna be dead honest with you, man. Like the main card though for UFC 229 next to 230 minus UFC 230's main event because we all know that should not be the main event. UFC 230's main event is doing that. How's Christopher Snake in the Glass McSucker? What? Christopher McGregor? How the fuck is that guy? You gonna fucking bring up that motherfucker to me? Oh, fuck you, not the fuck out, almighty con. Bringing up Christopher fucking McGregor. He's a bigger snake than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's a fucking snake. Christopher McGregor is a fucking snake. How's fucking Noah? Yeah, you thought I forgot about you, you rat bastard. Oh man, Conor, dude, with that mental warfare shit, dude, it's like fucking hilarious. It's great. But anyway, so UFC 229, that card looks great. I think 230 looks great. 230 minus the main event. Like the main event, that's trash, dude. I don't even know who the fuck what's it called? I don't even know who the fuck Valentina Shevchenko is fighting. Like this bitch that she's fighting, like 3-2. Who is she? Like she don't deserve no goddamn UFC title shot. Like dude, what was the problem with Jojana facing Valentina Shevchenko for that 125 belt? What was the problem? Like now, what did your chain chick piss someone off or something? I don't know. But anyways, man, we're gonna go talk about UFC 229. But yeah, the last few cards for the UFC, these are looking like some fire cards. So UFC 229 predictions sponsored by nobody because I don't have any no damn sponsors. Let's get started with this one. So Karate Hottie, I forgot her name. I just know her by the Karate Hottie taking on Felice Herrig. This spot right here, honestly, I think Felice Herrig is just gonna ragdoll the fuck out of Karate Hottie. Michelle Watterson, I think she's just gonna get her ass kicked. That's just pretty much it. Like Felice Herrig looks like she's gonna Vitor Belfort sprint over the Karate Hottie. Like I'm pretty sure the UFC smart because they know what they're doing. The UFC was like, hey, look, we know a lot more casual fans going to be watching this pay-per-view, but with more casual fans also means more guys, which means let's put a hot chick on there. And Miss Van Zant wasn't available, so they put Michelle Watterson. They know what they're doing. They're like, all right, Van Zant and Karolina Kowalkiewicz ain't available to fight, or Claudia Gadelha, because Gadelha gonna fight in December. So they put some hot girl on here, and they put Michelle Watterson. So people are like, woo, woo. Michelle Watterson, Karate Hottie. Oh, she's going to definitely get more fans. Like more dudes are going to be looking her up. What's up, Degenerate Strong? On how you doing, man? So more guys going to be looking up Michelle Watterson's ass up and everything like that. And UFC got that, man. Like, oh, so many guys are like, who's this girl? I don't know who she is. She's fine though. And I'm pretty sure they're choosing her just based off her looks. But really, Felice Herrig, man, going to Vitor Belfort her, man, in the first round. I think it's going to be a fun first fight. I feel it's the perfect first fight for this card because, like, you need a fight. Because here's the thing. UFC has finally realized if you're going to put, like, a McGregor on the card, put on some good fights that would get other people to give a fuck about the UFC because like back in the day UFC would do this when they would have like a Brock Lesnar card. Oh, they would give you like a Chris Lieben versus they gave you Akiyama versus someone that was gonna bang with Akiyama, but then that guy that went out and Chris Lieben would step up. They gave you fights where it's just like, okay, let's just have a bunch of bangers, let's just have a bunch of good fights, UFC used to do that. Nowadays, they just give you like, okay, here's McGregor and Diaz, and then here's a bunch of bullshit you could care less about. This is the first McGregor card, minus McGregor and Aldo 1, that became McGregor versus Mendez, because I had Roy versus Robbie 2. This is the first one where it was just like, what's it called? Where we're actually getting a fucking like legit card. This is a perfect first fight and stuff like that. I'm gonna fucking smash that rat. Tobias Torres. That fucking rat. He's fucking going down. We all know what that motherfucker's doing. No ever trust in a fucking informant. All he does is shit in a fucking bus. Buy some proper 12 whiskey. It's the best whiskey in the game. On the count of 3, you'll say with me, fuck the Jameson brothers. 1, 2, 3. Fuck the Jamesons. McGregor wannabe. It's called a McGregor impression, motherfucker. I don't know if you're new to this channel, but I do McGregor impressions. Everyone asked me to do a McGregor impression. It's funny as fuck. But anyways, I think Felice Herrig is going to destroy Michelle Watterson. Who cares? Derek Lewis is fighting a Russian guy that I can't remember the name of. Eli Tifi, something like that. I don't know. He seems funny from the embeddeds. So I think Derek Lewis will win second round KO. He's not being favored. But Derek Lewis is a top-ranked heavyweight for a reason. He froze Francis Ngannou and stuff like that. Oh, Volkov. Okay, I don't know any of these fuckers' names, dude. Like the UFC heavyweight division used to be like, oh, I know all these people, and then all these Russians came over from World Series of Fight or something, and now they're in all the top 10. And I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Like I'm like, where did they come from, dude? Some generic UFC 2 created wrestlers right now. WWE 2K18 or some bullshit. But yeah, man. Then we got the third fight, Dominic Reyes, big hype prospect, taking on a very tough competitor in OSP, Ovent St. Preux. And really, to be honest, as much as I would love to say this is a Dominic Reyes come out party and stuff like that, this is where we start bulking him with matches with Volkan Ozdemir and Anthony Lionheart Smith as his next opponent. I think OSP is going to lay and pray. OSP is going to do what he does best. You ain't no knockouts artist, OSP. You should know better, cuh. Just lay and pray. And I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get an OSP lay and pray moment. So, yeah, that's my prediction there. Ferguson versus El Kukui. Oh, Tony Ferguson. Kicking steel pipes. Ventura County made. 805, baby. I'm the boogeyman, and you going to sleep. Really, to be honest, oh shit, my bad there. My bad there. I don't know what happened. But, anyways, my prediction for this one with Ferguson and Pettis, I really do feel like that this could be the upset. I feel like Tony Ferguson's rushing the knee injury, coming back from that. And the thing about Pettis is I feel Pettis has looked good in his last three fights. You know, the Poirier fight, that was a weird injury that he had to like what's it called? Had to get had him taken out. But I feel like with Pettis, his back game is so good with his jiu-jitsu that Ferguson won't be able to take him down. And I think a lot of people are just forgetting that Ferguson has not fought in quite some time. His last fight was against Kevin Lee. I think Anthony Pettis is a way better fighter than Kevin Lee, a much more dangerous fighter than Kevin Lee. And I think can catch Tony Ferguson and make Ferguson pay for, you know, pretty much doubting him. You know, I think Ferguson could possibly win, but I definitely see an upset on this card. You know, this seems like one of those cards where, you know, an upset can happen. And Anthony Pettis, you know, he fits the trend of, you know, all these UFC fighters. You know, oh, it's a big card. People are going to be like, I remember Anthony Pettis. He did that silly, goofy kick on Benson Henderson. You know, people are going to remember him. And then, you know, you're going to get those Pettis fans that are going to choose him because, you know, let's be real here. Ferguson's not really a mainstream dude. You know, like for us MMA fans, he's one of the more popular fighters. You know, El Kukui, he's a funny guy. Always shows up well in interviews and embedded, just either if it's his cringe trash talking or just his crazy antics, like kicking lead pipes or doing some weird workout that makes no damn sense. You know, we all know Tony Ferguson. We all respect what he does. But when it comes down to it, Pettis, he just seems like that type of guy where it's like when the lights are on a little bit brighter, he performs very well. His weight cut, it seemed like it was pretty good. The reason why, like, I kind of like it. Look, if this was Tony coming back from like the surgery in a proper time, I would choose Ferguson in a heartbeat. I would be like, look, I like Pettis, but I think this would be a brawl, and Ferguson's just going to outbrawl Pettis. But it's just, I don't know, man. The knee surgeries, especially in MMA, you know, MMA with knee surgeries, man, you can't rush those because like you use your knees so much for MMA and stuff like that. So for me personally, I just feel that when it comes down to it, that Tony Ferguson may be rushing his knee injury real quick, and I think Anthony Pettis will take full advantage of it. And also, look, I feel like this lightweight division, it's going to be the most confusing and like wildest division, man. So, sup, Isaac Barack? Well, yeah, I'm doing predictions now. I'm on Ferguson. I'm on Ferguson, El Kukui, and Pettis right now. Showtime. So. But yeah, man. You want me to talk like fucking McGregor again? To my ass, Taurus, you think I'm some fucking monkey? Why don't you fucking let me? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what Conor would say in that situation. But there you fucking go. You fucking rat. You fucking rat bastard. Why don't you drink? Why don't you drink? Come on, fucking drink. Oh, that was some great shit. You fucking rat. But anyway, so when it comes down to it, I think that, you know, Pettis can catch Ferguson. I won't be surprised if Tony wins. I really won't be surprised if Tony wins. Like, I honestly won't be surprised, but I just feel an upset happening. If I were to choose an upset on this card, you know, I have to go with Anthony Showtime. Like I can see that. Can't you guys see that? Can't you see second round? Ferguson goes and takes down Pettis, and then all of a sudden Pettis goes for the armbar, and Joker's like, he got him! He got him! Pettis has the armbar! And then like it's just like all of a sudden, and Ferguson taps, and the Vegas crowd goes crazy, and then we hear, wow! Anthony Showtime Pettis has done it. It's just like Pettis is flexing and shit. Like I don't know, I feel that, man. I feel that, man. Let's wrestle, kid. Let's wrestle. Yeah, I just feel Pettis. Like Pettis is a former lightweight champ, and Ferguson is technically, he's a former interim lightweight champ, but he's a former champ too. I, like I said, if this were Ferguson coming off 8 months off a knee injury, and he had actually time to fully heal from that knee, then yeah, I'd be set on confident because that's the thing. Pettis will attack the legs, whether it be takedowns or with kicks, and then not only that, Ferguson will have to be throwing some kicks and you don't want to do that against Anthony Pettis. And then if Ferguson takes Pettis down, he's one of the most dangerous fighters off the back. Ferguson, he has to realize that Pettis is just a guy who's on the back, man. No, I do not have proper 12 whiskey. I don't have proper 12 whiskey. As you know, it's selling out fucking everywhere. Proper 12 whiskey cannot be bought anywhere in the state of California, the state of Arizona, the state of Nevada, the state of Washington, or the state of Oregon. Hell, you cannot even get that fucking shit in Mexico. It's one of the most fucking sold out drinks, one of the best drinks you'll ever fucking have. So of course I can't fucking find proper 12. If I had proper 12, I'd be drinking it right now. Fuck the Jameson brothers. Fuck the Khabib. I got OSP via Leopre Isaac Barak, mainly because Dominic Reyes, I would love it to have it where he knocks the fuck out of OSP, but OSP will know this guy's a monster. And I'm just going to go lay and pray on this guy. Like that's going to be the boring fight of the night, man. That I feel like that fight is going to be the fight where no one's paying attention. Your friends are on the phone. They want to play a game of BP or Rage Cage, or they want they're just focusing on the food, or you got that one friend who likes to clean everything up. He'll be cleaning shit up, or maybe you cleaning stuff up because that fight's going to, like, look, I would love if Dominic Reyes knocks him out, like I said earlier in the stream, and then we start setting up the matches like Anthony Lionheart Smith taking on Dominic Reyes, or Volkan Ozdemir taking on Dominic Reyes, because I feel like he's a good future star, man. But yeah, man, I think that Tony Ferguson could possibly win, but I got Pettis with the upset. It's just an upset pick. I just felt like there should be one on this card, and that's it for me. Because there's no fucking upset what's going to happen in the fucking main event. Khabib's head is going to be bouncing off the fucking canvas, and as his blood drips on my fucking logo on proper 12. That's what's going to fucking happen. I got Conor over Khabib. No damn bones to be all like here in the chat to say Khabib's overrated right now, because he would be here saying that. But I do got Conor over Khabib for the UFC lightweight championship. For me personally, after watching a lot more fights of Khabib and Conor, and not really like older fights, I've been watching more of the recent work. As recent for Conor, the fights that I've been watching, all the fights not really a fight. That's just like a highlight and stuff like that. But I've been watching McGregor versus Chad Mendes, obviously, because McGregor and Mendes is the best wrestler he's faced. Honestly, Eddie Alvarez is a really good wrestler too, but Mendes is the best wrestler he's faced. I watched McGregor versus Mendes, McGregor versus Diaz 1, McGregor versus Alvarez. Those were the fights that I kind of watched before this. McGregor versus Diaz 2, I really didn't want to waste too much investment watching it. It's a great fight, don't get me wrong, but for fighting Khabib, it's like, why would I watch McGregor face Nate Diaz in a brawl? We know Khabib versus McGregor is not going to be like this whatsoever. And then for Khabib, the tape is not really that much there for recency. The UFC, you know how they put up the free fights? They pretty much put up the two most recent Khabib fights that they had. But I did watch the Raging Out fight again. The first time I watched it since he did that fight. I watched Khabib versus Michael Darkness Johnson. I watched Khabib versus what's his fucking face? Edson Barbosa, the one where he just destroys him. And so I wanted to watch Glycin Tebow versus Khabib again, but then I said, oh, this is a different Khabib. I watched Khabib versus Dos Anjos, and really, to be honest, I didn't feel like that gave me enough of like recent Khabib. I was just like, that. This is because that was the fight before Khabib started getting hyped and starting getting all these number one contender fights and stuff like that. So, from what I gathered from watching Conor McGregor and pretty much those fights that I watched, is what I gathered is that Conor McGregor has a very, very underrated takedown defense game. Um, he definitely has a lot more chin than like a lot of people give him credit for. He has no game when he's on his back. That's the one thing about Conor McGregor. Once McGregor gets on his back, that dude does not understand anything about that. He seems to understand how to not get taken down, how to reverse takedowns and do clinch situations, and knows how to get into top position against opponents, as seen in the Nate Diaz first fight. The first fight with Diaz, at the end of the first round, he had Diaz stacked up for a little bit, and he kind of reversed a takedown attempt that Diaz was trying to do. But when McGregor is straight up on the back, he don't know shit, man. The Mendez fight and the first Diaz fight shows you that when McGregor's on the back, that dude just takes beatings. He doesn't even cover up. Like during the Mendez fight, Mendez was in good position the whole fight, laying elbows in McGregor's face and everything like that. But when it comes to being taken down, McGregor has a nice wide base. Like McGregor makes sure his base is wide enough. He plays with the cage very well because a lot of times with wrestlers, they'll use the cage to help them dump off. But what McGregor is doing is that he uses his back to put pressure against the cage. So he's using his upper body to put pressure, but he spreads his legs out super, super wide. And by doing that, it makes it harder for the wrestler to clamp. And then what happens is if Khabib goes for a single leg takedown, or any wrestler does, McGregor is able to lean in with his body pressure because his pressure is already against the cage. He just has to move it forward. It helps with the nice little sprawl technique. So McGregor does a good job with that situation, does a good job with clinching situations. Obviously, we know his striking is very good, and then including the boxing that he has done with against Floyd Mayweather, we can only assume that his hands are going to be a little bit better. But the one thing about McGregor for his keys to success against Khabib is he needs to want to be applying the pressure, because when you watch a lot of Khabib Nurmagomedov fights, is this is one thing that I've noticed is Khabib is the one pushing forward. Like he's the one that's pushing forward. He'll move forward. He'll go tap 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 tap. Like that's what Khabib does. He moves forward. He'll take shots. Like look at the Michael Johnson fight. Look at the fight with Edson Barbosa. He takes his shots. Like Khabib is not someone that is like, oh, I'm elusive. He'll take his shots, but he will take his shots because that's how he knows he will go in. And I feel like that's what's going to cause Khabib some problems is that he hasn't fought a guy with power like Conor McGregor. You know, Michael Johnson has some power in his hands, but is it the same level as Conor McGregor? That's something we have to think about right there. Is that kind of the same level of power right there? Because you know, Edson Barbosa, a wonderful striker in the UFC, a deadly striker. The dude is not really a power striker. He's a speed striker. He can hit you with speed. He can snap your head because of speed. He has a lot of speed in his punches and kicks, but there's not a lot of power behind them. You know, yeah, he can shock you, and a lot of people are like, Joel Chase, what about that spinning kick? But that's what happens sometimes when you get jolted by a kick or by a punch with so much speed. Your head jolts. There's a difference between power and speed. Power is just straight up. If you punch something once, that person's going down. Speed is where you just have like uncontrollable speed, and that's what Barbosa has is just uncontrollable speed. And you know the Barbosa fight, as one-sided as that fight was, and a lot of people look at that fight and said, "Man, this is the fight where Khabib showed he's a beast." Let's not forget. Let's not sit here and pretend to ourselves that in the beginning of the first round, Khabib was getting tagged. He was getting tagged by Barbosa. Now I'm not saying rocked or anything like that. He was just getting tagged. He was getting hit. And that's the thing. That's the thing with that. Khabib literally was getting tagged by Barbosa. Now imagine him getting tagged by shots like that from Conor, who is having a little bit more power behind him instead of speed. You know, Barbosa was getting some good shots in, and that's where I like to say, you know, pretty much that that's why what's it called? Like that's why I'm saying, like, with that one, you gotta be careful. And Isaac Barak brought up, the Michael Johnson fight where Joe Rogan said he got rocked. And yeah, Khabib probably got rocked. And like I said, I don't know how much power Conor has compared to Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's a very dangerous fighter. He has a lot of power in those hands. Let's not discredit the darkness now, shall we? He's a really good fighter, man. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I really do feel like that the power advantage is something that a lot of people are not looking towards in Khabib versus McGregor. And I honestly feel like Conor McGregor just has so much more power than a lot of the fighters that Khabib has fought that I feel like Khabib is going to get knocked out. That's just how I truly feel. I feel like Khabib is just going to get knocked out by Conor McGregor. I feel like Conor McGregor is going to knock out Khabib, get the W, and walk out and drink some proper 12 whiskey. Now, could Khabib just wrestle fuck McGregor? Oh, yeah, absolutely. It could go that way. But the one key stat that I always feel like is worth noting is 4-0. Conor McGregor's 4-0 when booked as an underdog in Vegas. I'm only going to go with that, man. And also, too, whenever I doubt McGregor, this fucker wins, man. Like I've learned to stop doubting this dude, man. I've learned to stop doubting this dude. But then again, when I've chosen Conor, he's lost. I don't know. Is that true? Because I think I chose Conor against Eddie Alvarez, and that shocked a lot of people. A lot of people thought I was going to go with Eddie Alvarez, but I chose Conor. So maybe that's not true. Yeah, because I chose Conor against Nate won, and Nate beat him. And then I chose Nate over Conor too, but I still feel like Nate won that fight, to be honest with you. And then I chose Conor over, yeah, I chose Conor over Eddie. So yeah, I guess not. But yeah, I chose Conor over Khabib. I hope when now people when they watch this video, they're like, "Oh, look at this McGregor fanboy, fucking choose it." But I hope when they heard me break down the film that I watched and everything, they respect it and they understand why I'm choosing McGregor. Just because I feel like Conor will actually apply pressure. Because Khabib, with a lot of the wrestling that he does, he can't do it backwards, and that's the problem when your main skill set is wrestling. You can't do wrestling backwards. Like it's hard to do wrestling backwards. It's hard to do a takedown backwards. It's hard to do it when you're backpedaling. And that's why I just feel like with Conor, he'll actually apply pressure and not be like a lot of other Khabib opponents who will let Khabib charge forward. Like I feel like Conor will answer tick for tack with the punches. And honestly, when it comes down to Khabib, his T-Rex arms, I don't trust those T-Rex arms against McGregor. You're giving McGregor an easy chin. So I got McGregor winning this fight. Third round KO. I feel like the first round is going to go how a lot of hardcore MMA thinks it will go, with Khabib taking him down and then blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, the second round, McGregor will make some adjustments and everything. And I feel like Khabib will take him down in the second round. And I feel like a lot of people will say, oh, I think McGregor's done. Then in the third round, I think the third round, it'll be a slower paced round. Khabib will go in for a little bit more strikes because he'll feel confident against Conor on the feet. And then Conor's going to lull him in that confidence, catch him with that famous left hand that he always talks about. Khabib will be rocked, will try to survive. McGregor will hit him with like a spinning kick or some bullshit. And then McGregor will win the fight, third round KO. The champ is back. He'll go on the mic, say, fuck Khabib, build up his UFC 230 fight because Dana ain't main eventing with no goddamn Valentina Shevchenko versus goddamn, I don't even know who the hell, Sonja Bolt. Or who the fuck she's fighting, Suja Eubanks or whatever. You all know that. And then Nick Diaz will come out in the crowd and want to fight McGregor at UFC 230. That'll be great. I don't know. If Conor were to fight at 230, who would he fight? What about Khabib's mindset? Do you feel... I feel Khabib... There's some aspects of McGregor's trash talk that has got in Khabib's head, but I don't think McGregor is fully in his head like he was in Eddie Alvarez's head. Maybe Conor, you never know with Uncle Dana, Isaac Barak. There's a reason why he can't fight in New York because of the sanctions, but you don't know with Uncle Dana, dog. Uncle Dana has some deep pockets, all right? Uncle Dana. He'll do anything to get his favorite nephew on the damn card. You're going to be like, look, I can't main event with Valentina Shevchenko versus Sasha Eubanks. Okay, it's just not possible. Yeah. I think that Conor can main event. Dana, I thought that due to the sanctions that Conor can main event. Yeah, can't. But we'll see. You know me. I don't like to matchmake after these shows. Ally Clinton. Well, Khabib kind of exposed himself because Khabib literally could have just wrestled Ally Clinton the whole fight, but Khabib wanted to work on his boxing. Like Khabib was thinking he was like Anderson Silva or like some goddamn dominant fool and thought he could like toy with Ally Kenta, but it made Khabib look bad. Like it wasn't like Silva where he goes against the cage and fucks with like Stephen Bonner telling that fool to hit him. But yeah, man. So I feel like UFC 229 though. I feel like this pay per view is gonna be definitely worth your money. Like if this pay per view sucks, I'm gonna be so shocked, man. John Jones is a snitch, but he had to do what he had to do to get his job back. DC, you're dead. What's the other upset? Blue Knight. Which one? Jones versus Guts 2. I'm excited for. I think that's gonna be a good fight. Pretty sure it's gonna be for the light heavyweight title because DC is really putting himself in a bad situation. Like, stop waiting for Brock Lesnar, dog. You all know Brock Lesnar. You think McGregor's an upset? I don't think McGregor's. I think honestly that should not even have like a favorite or anything like that. That's a really even fight in my personal opinion. I won't be surprised if a lot of people start taking McGregor a lot more in Vegas and the odds kind of shift in McGregor's favor come fight night. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Well, yeah, I'm kind of sick of DC versus Jones too, but DC's waiting on Lesnar, and like, dude, why are you waiting on fucking Brock Lesnar, dude? Maybe Brock Lesnar needs to take a deal with USADA. But Brock Lesnar's trying to make that Saudi Arabia money, you know? Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I haven't watched a full episode of Raw or SmackDown, so don't ask me no WWE shit right now. Y'all ask me some WWE shit, I'm just not gonna like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be like, I know Super Showdown. Some I don't know what else is happening on Super Showdown. I know Bald HBK is gonna be with Triple H in the corner against Undertaker and Kane with Stone Cold as referee. And I know Samoa Joe is too busy stalking AJ's wife, and they're gonna have a WWE title match, no DQ and everything like that. But besides the Aiden English and Rusev stuff, Elias being booed because he said the Sonic shouldn't be in Seattle. Um, what's this? What's that one idiot's face? Who is that one dude? Oh god dang, I forgot. Leo Rush, one of my favorite acts. That fool, he on Raw. He just makes noises. But you guys get the idea. You guys get the idea. Respectfully, Daniel, you pussy. Okay, John Jones. Oh yeah, no, he is the prime Triple H. Thoughts on Woolley being the welterweight GOAT? I mean, he's one of the best welterweights ever, but not the GOAT. We all know the GOAT is GSP. GSP is the welterweight GOAT. Like Woodley's probably top three. I give Woodley top three because they go GSP 1, Matt Hughes 2, and then Woodley and Robbie Lawler. It just depends on how you grade them. Those are like the top. Pat Miletich, I guess, too, in a way. But yeah, GSP is like clearly number one. Like there's not even a debate. Like I'm sorry, Tyron Woodley. Like first of all, the first Wonder Bowl fight went into a draw, which was dumb. The second, the second fight, Woodley literally played Wonder Boy's game plan, and he literally should have lost that fight. Woodley was afraid to throw punches against Damian Maia. And everyone can be like, well, Chase, he injured his shoulder. Of course he's not. I don't care. It's Damian Maia. Well, when has Damian Maia ever showed you on his feet that he's a scary motherfucker? The Darren Till fight was the first fight where you're like, wow, Tyron Woodley's great. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Robbie Lawler, who every fight was like trying to kill himself. You look at Tyron Woodley, and he doesn't even look like, oh yeah, he's trying to defend his belt. Like yeah, like everyone's gonna be like, well, Chase, he's just fighting smart. Okay, playing to your opponent's strengths in Wonder Boy is not fighting smart. That's just fighting bad. You should have lost. So I don't know why everyone's like, oh well, you just playing smart, Chase. Come on, man. Don't hate on Tyron Woodley like that. No, I'm telling the truth. Woodley versus Covington. Honestly, I think a lot of people think Woodley's just going to smash Covington. Covington's one of those guys who knows how to use his wrestling very good. He just doesn't have his striking is just. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how Covington's the number one dude. I don't know how Dos Anjos did not beat Covington, honestly. Like Dos Anjos should have freaking beat the crap out of Covington. Like Dos Anjos is a wimp. He must have been paid to throw that fight or something. Because like honestly, Covington's striking is just it's like his wrestling's good, but his striking, that's another story. But we'll see. I think Woodley is definitely emotional in this fight, and he'll come in swinging. But really, to be honest, I think Covington might shock him with the wrestling. But I still see Woodley winning. I don't see Covington winning that fight. But honestly, Tyron Woodley's biggest threat is GSP in a way. GSP is like the only guy that I look at. I'm like, okay, that dude can like mess up Woodley and Rory McDonald if he ever comes back to UFC. RDA, according to most analysts, say that he's like Khabib with no stand-up defense. Yeah, and he made Covington look equal to RDA. Like that's the thing. I thought RDA was just going to what's it called wreck shop against Covington because I'm like, look, yeah, he has wrestling, but RDA's wrestling is just as good. And then like he got his ass kicked. Like RDA choked. Like he choked so bad in that fight. That was one of the most disappointing things, man. Oh yeah, Wonder Boy is like Wonder Boy stuck in what I call the Jacare zone. Except he's got a title shot. Jacare has never gotten a title shot. But he's stuck in the Jacare zone where you're a bad motherfucker. You can beat some dudes, but you suffer some tough losses, and people think you should be a guy who should fight for the championship, but you always seem to come up a little bit short, and so you in the Jacare zone. That's where Wonder Boy's at. Wonder Boy is never getting another title shot for quite some time because he's stuck in the Jacare zone. When you're in the Jacare zone, you don't come out. You just stay there. You're always that one guy where he's like, yeah, he's really good. And people are like, oh, really? Wow. Why did he fight for the title? It's like, well, he did, but so he's in the Jacare zone, man. Like Ronaldo Jacare Salsa, the fact that fool has never fought for a UFC title, it amazes me, man. It really amazes me, dude. That guy should have fought for the title at least once, man. What about Tyron moving up to middleweight? He's not short. I guess Bobby Knuckles is pretty short for middleweight. I can see it, but at the same time, that's like 15 pounds right there. So that's a huge difference. And that's up to Tyron Woodley if he wants to be there and stuff like that. I think he'll do well in middleweight, but I feel like there's other guys with like length that will like mess with him a little bit. Like, that's what I feel about that. 165, I'm not a big fan of, man. Like 165, I'm not a big fan of. I think it's just what's it called? I think it's just way too much, man. I like too much divisions. Like, because here's the thing about 165, it's like what Dana said in a sense. All the 155ers that can't win at 155 will move up to 165, and afterwards, when it's like they go to 165, then 170ers are going to move down to 165. And then it's just going to give a bunch of people more excuses. And then honestly, it's just another belt for Conor. Like, they would make that division just for Conor and stuff like that. But I don't think 165 is honestly like the end all be all solution to the weight cut situation. Maybe you move the lightweight division to 160. I feel like that may be something like that could be an idea, moving the lightweight division to 160 and like maybe moving the divisions up 5 pounds. So bantamweight is considered 140, featherweight's 150, what they call what's its name? Flyweight Demetrius, that goes to 130. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe moving the divisions up 5 pounds can help with the weight cut issue. Because like the thing is like 165. It's just too close to 170, and everyone's like, oh, why don't you make 170, 175? Yeah, but then afterwards, then the middleweight division will be affected because people are like, oh, I don't have to cut to 170 anymore. I can just cut to 175. Boom. And then that ruins a lot of other fighters' plans and stuff like that want to move up to lightweight to welterweight. Like to me personally, 165 is just like, I understand the idea. Like, I can understand that idea, and I can understand how that's what some fighters want, and they feel like that'd be best for them moving forward. But what the thing that I don't get is just that I feel like with 165, it's just an excuse for the 155ers to not cut weight or fight at 170. That's how I feel about it, to be honest. I just feel that it's like 170 should be something that, it's like, hey, if you can't make 155, fight at 170. So what, you go to 165, that's 5 pounds difference. And but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you have this 165 title. But man, if you really claim you're the baddest man on the planet and that you can handle any division and stuff, and you say you're one of the best, fight at 170. Go to 170, fight those Bamas. You know, like that's how I feel about the 165 division. And it's like I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it anyways because Conor will ask for it. It's up to what Conor wants, to be honest. No, I'm just saying you're in the jock race zone where you lose the big fights and stuff like that. Like because Wonder Boy lost a title eliminator to what's his face Till. Him and Till was a title eliminator and he lost and shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's where Wonder Boy's at. He's in the jock race zone. A good father who should have gotten should be a world champion, should be like, one of the top stars in the UFC, but just isn't. That's called the jockey zone, man. You just stuck there. Oh yeah, they're adding that male strawweight division. I forgot. Oh, I would not be surprised if GSP attends 229. Like as much as Dana White says, like don't believe when Dana White told like, yeah, I'm not going to give Georgia a 155 title shot. What has he done to deserve it? Motherfucker, dude, you love GSP. Like, GSP is the one guy in UFC history who has been labeled as a nice guy, doesn't really talk any trash whatsoever, just a pure martial artist to draw money for them. That is a fact. GSP is the only guy like that has been a pure martial artist to have drawn successful pay-per-view money for the UFC. People respect GSP and think and label him sometimes as the most dominant fighter in UFC history. As much as I'm a big Anderson Silva fan, Anderson Silva had those times in his career where he was dicking around and fans didn't like that. And Anderson had moments where he didn't have good title fights. As well, when you look at other guys during that time as well, Jose Aldo, just really wasn't having interesting opponents that people really cared about and everything like that. John Jones was on the up and up, so people were kind of waiting to see what his career trajectory was going to be like. Brock Lesnar was talking shit. Ronda Rousey talking shit. Conor talking shit. What's the worst thing George St. Pierre has said to someone? I'm not impressed by your performance. That? Telling Nick Diaz, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to take you down and make you humble. Oh, he told Nick Diaz he's going to make him humble. What has GSP done that's like, he's one of the only nice guys to make you draw? Hell, the last Madison Square Garden card, 800,000 bucks. That's good. Like, people are going to be like, oh, it's not $1 million. But for fucking Bisping versus GSP, a fight that would have probably been $1 million back in UFC's heyday of 2008, to do that in 2017, to get 800K, that's really good. People care about GSP. People respect GSP. And there's one fighter that would make Conor McGregor the ultimate villain compared to GSP. It would be the ultimate villain for you. It'd be against GSP because people just like GSP. He's just a naturally likable dude. There's nothing to hate about Georges Rush St. Pierre. People like him. That's the thing. So you're going to tell me, Dana White, one of the more likable dudes, consistent as the General Sharagon just pointed out, very well-respected fighters, you're going to deny this guy a chance to fight at 155 to get his third title and be a 3-weight division champion. You're going to deny this guy that right? Get the fuck on out of here. No, you ain't. No, the fuck you ain't. You respect GSP too much. You like GSP too much. There's no way in hell Dana White is going to take away that opportunity from Georges Rush St. Pierre. No way. Absolutely no way. I'll take a few more questions and then I got to make like a baby and head out of here, man. Dude, I wish I had a track record, dude. Like, I bet you there's someone who's going to make a compilation video once Dana steps down, and it'll be all of Dana White's lies, and that shit will be 3 hours long. That'll be bigger than any Lord of the Rings movies. Kimbo Slice will never fucking fight in the UFC ever. Kimbo Slice is one of the best fighters in the, like the whole Kimbo Slice thing, that's like 20 minutes right there. The whole, this guy will never fight for the UFC again. Oh, this guy has lost my respect. and stuff like. I feel like the only thing Dana White has ever been truthful about is that him and John Jones were not talking to each other. No, actually, no, scratch that. Him and John Jones not talking to each other, and Paul Daly being banned for life. Out of all the things, Dana White has broken his word. Like Conor McGregor fucking threw a dolly at a bus. I'm disappointed at him. I'm mad at him. He's lost my respect. Yeah, Paul Daly punches Josh Koscheck after a fight, and he's banished. And all this other shit has gone down, man, with Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, everything, man. Oh, you saw, yeah, of course. Of course you saw to protect the John Jones, man. Yeah, of course it did, man. Yeah, John Jones is still a GOAT. Why wouldn't John Jones be considered a GOAT? He didn't do anything wrong. He's just been fighting. Like for real, man. Everyone those steroids and say, who cares if all the motherfuckers are on steroids are on steroids? Like seriously, man. Like I think Barry Bonds should be in the MLB Hall of Fame, baseball Hall of Fame. He should. If you don't think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, that's your prerogative. But for me, I feel like he should. I don't care about like steroids like that. You know. I'm a different person when it comes to that, man. Like John Jones, man's a GOAT. He's one of the first fighters to ever to make Rampage Jackson tap out. He made Lyoto Machida pass out. He gave DC his first ever loss in UFC. The only guy to knock out Daniel Cormier. Has had a fight of the year contender, a fight of the decade contender. Yeah, he's a GOAT. So what? Oh, he got popped. Let's not forget the first time he got busted by DC against DC was that was cocaine. That wasn't a steroid. That was all cocaine. So yeah, man, UFC 200. Yeah, yeah, he has some blemishes. He's done some bad out the cage antics. But for me personally, man, he's a GOAT. Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I gotta go like do a thumbnail for this and stuff like that. But thank you guys very much for tuning in to this live stream. I'll be trying to be back, man. I'll try to do a video tomorrow night after the fight. Like I'll probably do a quick little live stream after the fight and give my thoughts and everything like that. But thank you guys for tuning in. All 10 of you, whoever tuned in and stuff like that. But I do respect and I do love and everything like that. Thank you guys very much. I will see. I said I might try to, but just depends on my mood and if I'm drunk. I'm not gonna do a video when I'm drunk. Those aren't fun. But anyways, man, have a good one and fuck the Mayweathers. That was a bad content tonight. On the count of three, you all say with me, fuck Khabib, that fucking rat, and drink your pop on 12. Fuck Khabib!